We need your intro.
You need my what?
Intro.
Oh, yay.
Or not. Are we live?
Yeah, I think so. Hang on. Good morning, everyone. Let me unpause my recording. Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker.
Chick Picker!
Oh, it is Tuesday. Are you ready?
What?
I don't know. I don't know for the day.
Oh, yeah, no.
For the day. I'm not ready.
That's a no.
Ready for that to happen?
I'm ready to go back to bed. I think.
Me
Ready or
too.
not.
I hear you.
Ready or not? Yeah,
I
I
got too
will.
much to do today. Gwen left me her car and said, get the oil changed.
There you
I
go.
said, got down on my knees and said, thank you for allowing me the privilege of serving you. Let me go do the dishes.
Yep.
I think that's a lie because I don't think you can get down on your knees.
Well, that's true.
And he admits it. Finally.
Yep, I can get down on my knees, but I would maybe not get back up.
Right.
Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's hard sometimes.
Take you a
Flip a
minute or
coin.
two.
Whoops.
Yeah. Good morning, Maggie.
Morning, Maggie.
Maggie
Morning.
Hank?
Hank.
Hanky Maggie?
There's Hank and Maggie. Yep. Yeah, it was, I went to bed it was about midnight and then woke up at 5 o'clock. Raring to go.
God, I don't know. I gotta get something to do that. I don't know what, but I gotta figure something out.
Because sometimes I'll actually sleep through the, my 3 alarms that I have set.
Oh
Now-
my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Sally. She made it.
I'm here.
Sally, I bet you're tired.
You've been working crazy lately.
Morning, Liz.
Yeah.
I just got the notification that you went live. Hey.
Hi, Liz.
Morning, Liz.
Hi, Liz. I don't have chat up yet. I'm waiting for my coffee, and I have donuts to go with them, so I'm
Ooh.
excited.
Did you get some sleep?
Yeah, I went to bed actually at like 1.
Oh, that's good.
I was so tired last night. I'm like, I'm going to make sure I get lots of sleep, and then I can get up in the morning. But I've just sat here and done nothing for the last 30 minutes, and
That's all right.
and then I'm like, I need coffee. I'll be right back.
It's okay to not do nothing for 30 minutes after you're home from work.
Yep.
Jeez.
I know. It's just,
You worked all freaking night.
I wanted to get some listing done last night, and I couldn't even bring myself to do that. But I did get my my cooler cleaned up yesterday so that I can try and list that today.
Well, that's good. Now, are you listing that on eBay?
Yeah. I'll list it local pickup only.
Okay.
And then I'll put in the description also that if they want to have it shipped to them, that they can arrange shipping and pay for extra shipping stuff. So
Yeah.
it'll be on them. Yep. That's what they want to do.
Sassy seller, I haven't seen you in a coon's age.
There's your notification.
Yeah, I know it's late.
You're a little late.
Sassy.
I haven't seen you in forever. Hope everything's going good with you. Carol says the plumbers are there today. She's stressing out because they're having a hard time getting the boiler downstairs, but everything's going to be great.
I'm sure everything will
She
work out.
said they've been here for an hour trying to get it downstairs. Hell, I could have done it myself. Well, you let them do the work.
Yeah,
You
but she's paying them by. Are you paying them by the hour?
Well, I understand that. I mean, I think, just let them do the work. Let them get it done. They can get it done. I'm sure they've had worse areas that they had to get a boiler through. So just
Did you
let
make
them worry
them
about
a map? Did you make them a map to get there?
it. Yeah, she has a quote of 7,800. So it's not about hours or anything like that. But, I mean, that's a lot of money to pay for a boiler. No doubt about it. But you can't be without one. You got to have it. You got to have the heat.
We turned our heater on yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
It was cold.
Hey, if it's cold.
It was, in the house, it was only showing 66, but it was freezing in here. And I was like, I'm not freezing my ass off just because you don't want to turn the heater on. It's going on.
Yeah. I don't blame you. If you're cold, turn it on. It's kind of, I mean, it's warm in here this morning. I think the air just came on, actually. It's 76 in here, so.
It's rainy here. Why are you on here twice, yes, Bridget?
She wants to get twice the love. I don't know. You're on here twice.
Oh, I'm on my phone and I cleared out all my apps or my screens and I accidentally cleared that one out. So then I popped back on. It should go away soon.
Yeah, it'll go away.
I'm not used to being on my phone.
No worries. So, what'd you say, Sally? You got 2 more nights?
Yeah.
2 more PM shifts?
No, 2 more nights.
Shifts. Okay. Well, at least you don't have to go to work until 11.
Right. I'm so happy about that.
So that's a plus.
Yeah. And then I get, so I have 2 more nights, and then I have, and I have to work till 8, not tomorrow morning, but the next morning. I have to work till 8.
Why?
Because we'll be getting deliveries and stuff in the morning. And it's kind of like for me, she did it for me, because usually I like to stay there and show people, the delivery people, like where to put stuff and in the cooler, and kind of like orchestrate that whole thing. And then while they're bringing it in, I'm tearing it down and putting it where it needs to go. It's easier. Yeah. It's easier to do it that way than have them just stuff the cooler full, and then I'm trying to freaking get to shelves and stuff, and I'd rather be there.
Yeah. Now, are they doing the work when they're putting the stuff in there? Are you telling them, put this there, put this there?
I'm telling them, no, they're bringing in a whole stack. And I'm saying, okay, put it right there. And then they put it right there. And then I take it and I dismantle the whole stack.
Okay.
While they're going to get another stack.
There you go.
Usually by the time they get back, then I have that stack dismantled and they can put that next stack right in that same exact spot.
So now you're getting paid for it now, where you weren't getting paid before, were you?
Right. right?
That's
Like
good.
used
good.
to, I just used to stay on my own time and get that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, at least she's doing that,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure your boss realizes that, if you do it that way, then, you can actually
Get more
make
stuff
it
done.
so make it so it's a little more manageable.
Hmm. Yeah.
But-
And see, the guy that I was training for PMs,
Mhm.
like she hired him to do donuts, but she also hired him for stocking and stuff.
Mhm.
But I just found out the last day that I worked with him, he told me, he says, yeah, Teresa said to come in whenever I wanted to go, to stock and stuff. And he said, so I did one day, and Trina told me to go home.
Wow.
And so she said something about, oh, you don't need to be here to stock. We can get it. And it's fine. You can
And he
leave.
was scheduled for that time.
Like, well, she said just to come in whenever he wanted to, do any stocking,
Yeah.
for like extra hours and stuff. And she sent him home. And of course, he's thinking, oh, she's management. So, obviously
Yeah.
she knows. I said, you don't listen to her.
No.
You don't do
If you're
anything that she says.
if you're told by the boss to come in if you get a chance, and do some stalking, then do that. Don't listen to nobody else.
It was funny because at one point he's like, hey, I'm gonna go have a cigarette if that's okay with you. And I said, it's not up to me. I'm not your boss. And he goes, well, yeah, you are. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
She don't want to be your boss.
I said, I may be telling you what to do because I'm training you, but that does not mean I'm your boss. No way, no how. I said,
don't want
you want to
that.
go, want to go have a cigarette? You have a cigarette. I don't care. But if somebody sees you on camera and doesn't like the fact that you're having a cigarette, then that's what you have to, you have to take care of all that,
Yeah.
That's on you. If you want to go out there and pretend like you're doing something while you're out there having a cigarette, that'd be a better option. That's what Sally does.
Train them well. Train them well.
I go out there and smoke a cigarette while I'm picking up cigarette butts and,
Yeah.
sweeping or whatever.
Yep.
That way I don't get in trouble.
Yep. Well, you shouldn't either anyway, because you
I
should
know.
have breaks and lunches and
I know.
all that. So, yeah, we've already been over that.
Yeah.
A million times.
A million times.
I need to become friends with somebody in the work, what is it called? Wage an hour.
Yep.
That's I need to be taught.
Mm-hmm.
Wage an hour. What are you talking about?
Wage an hour. They're the government.
Like the labor commission.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the ones that take care of all of like the people that aren't getting paid what they're supposed to be getting paid, and they're not getting their breaks, and they're not getting stuff like that.
Oh, okay. That'd be a great job for you.
You think so?
I do. I think you would be good at that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd be a great advocate.
Yep.
Probably. I know what it's like. That's for sure.
Well, heck, you've worked so many jobs and worked so many different places and everything. I mean, you know what you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
So.
But I just, I really haven't like delved into like, I mean, I know what their contract says. I know what the people that I work for, their contract says, with, taking breaks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I'm not even sure that's legal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that, as long as they put it in their contract, that it overrides what state law says.
No, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
They have to abide by state labor laws.
Yep.
No, whatever.
No matter
It doesn't.
what they say.
No.
What kind of bullshit they give you.
Nope. No, they can't. They cannot. No company has the right to override state labor laws.
And see, this is the thing. A lot of the times we're there by ourselves. So there's nobody to, you know, they're obviously not going to say, well, just close the store up, you know, and take your break. even though, you know what, like during the night, if I got to go to the bathroom, I go and I lock the door and I put a sign on the door and go to the bathroom.
When you told the story about you smoking while you're sleeping, when I was younger, I was a gallop girl. I used to exercise racehorses at a racehorse training and conditioning farm. But I would have to like manage the stable hands too. And you get like new stable hands in and they'd want to like take these long breaks and stuff. And I'm like, dude, put a broom in your hand because they'll just spot check out here. And if they see you standing around, they'll give you like a super crappy job to do or be all up your butt about it.
Right.
And when you said that, it totally reminded me of that. Because she'd come out, she had this really good way of sneaking out, and she'd say, well, how's it going? She said it like that. It would be just like, how's it going? What are you doing? How's it going? What are you doing? I'm like, oh God. I'm like, yeah, she would sit. Because you had the stall cleaners too. She would sit, she had this big picture window off of her kitchen. You'd go up to the house if you had to go up there for something. She had a pair of binoculars on her countertop because when the stall cleaners would go and dump their wheelbarrows of poop, because she did everything the hardest way. They cleaned with wheelbarrows instead of tractors. She would time them how long they were back by the manure pile, so she knew if they were taking too long of smoke breaks. I'm just like,
wow.
Anyway, yeah. When you were saying that about that gas station, I'm like, oh my God, that horse farm.
Yeah.
Good grief.
And see, and we just got a new regional manager too, and she's kind of like a hard ass. And I guess she's been watching a lot of video and, seeing people, a lot of people just lounging around, watching videos on their phone at the desk, just sitting at the desk and watching video and, not doing anything really. And, of course, there's a lot to do. Right. There's always something to do.
Right.
And there's no store that is like completely dust free and, there's always something to do. So
the only thing I'll ever say about like those stores, and even with that horse barn, you'll have a plethora of not great workers that are lazy, slackers, or whatever. But then, the workers that are really good, they just work their asses off. I mean, it's like, oh, I know we got a good one now. Let's put more of a load on her. You know what I mean? Where you think it would be, oh, wow, this is a really good worker. She's a self-starter. She doesn't need like somebody standing over her shoulder. Why make it harder for them? I mean, you think you want to keep them around. That would be the only thing I'd say on that.
Yeah. And see, my boss hasn't got after me about smoking in a long time. I'm telling you, it's probably been a year, if not a year and a half to 2 years. She knows that I'm a smoker.
Yeah. And
she knows that I'm not going to take advantage of it.
Right.
But she doesn't know that about other people and people that I train, but if she figures that if I'm training that, if they're smokers, then they'll smoke when I smoke, and they'll see, that you don't take advantage, you don't go out there every second that you can to smoke, you do others, you have to do other stuff while people are not in the store. So, you can't just go smoke.
Yeah.
Jim, after he got divorced, he took a bartender job, not because he needed a job, as he wanted to go meet a new girlfriend or whatever. And he goes, well, the perfect place. The girls all have talked to a bartender. This is back when he smoked a lot, and you could smoke in bars. And I don't know if other states are like that too, but like where we're from in Wisconsin, you can't smoke inside a bar or restaurant anymore.
Right.
This is back when you still could. So he'd get done serving. He'd be behind the bar, light up a cigarette. Bar owners in there like, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm smoking a cigarette. Oh, I don't want you smoking behind the bar when you're on, you're working when you're on the clock. It's like, okay. Proceeded to go check out, push around, bought himself a beer, goes around the other side of the bar and sits down. He goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, you think I'm not going to work here if I can't smoke behind the bar." He goes, "Or what did he say? Oh, okay, just try not to do it a lot."
Yeah, I said, "Oh, no problem, Charlie." So I walk over to the cash register. I take the money out of my tip jar, take my tip money, take $2.50 out of my tips, buy myself a bottle of beer, set it on the horseshoe as a round part of the bar, walk all the way around the bar, plant my ass down a bar stool, light up a cigarette, pull up an ashtray, start smoking and drinking my beer. And I'm like 15 minutes into my shift. So he's like, what the hell are you doing? I go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I quit. I can't work a job where I can't smoke."
Well, especially in a bar, everybody's smoking at this time.
He goes, "Well, just make sure you wash your hands a lot and try not to smoke as much." All right.
Oh my
Because he was
God.
hardly ever there anyway. I'd been working there like 3 months. This is the first time I was actually like there when I was working.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. I like that.
Joanna says, hello everyone. Sally, the girls at our gas station go right out the front door and smoke the cigarettes for break. Yeah, see, we only have like one person working at a time.
Mhm.
Like the only time that there's usually two people is in the morning when they're getting a lot of orders in and stuff, and then but in afternoons and nights there's nobody with you except for changing shift.
Right.
So like if you need to go to the bathroom or something, you better hurry, before the next customer comes, or like I said, at night I don't even play around anymore. I used to try and make sure I was done before the next customer came, but sometimes there's no doing that, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, what do you do if you're sick? I mean, you always go to work sick. If you're sick and you're nauseous and you need to go throw up, what do you and
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I would say they're breaking all kinds of rules and laws right there.
They really shouldn't have somebody overnight by themselves, because
No.
God forbid something happened. You
No.
have another person there that can call, like you had a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
At least you'd have
Yeah.
somebody there that could call 911 or something.
Right.
Right.
I don't know.
But
Well,
they're trying to get away, just
Yeah.
like any other place. They're trying to get away with the bare minimum, and they don't think that people, either they're not going to say anything because they're afraid of retaliation, or they're not savvy enough to look it up, and figure out that they're getting screwed.
Yeah.
I just don't agree with that. I think
yeah.
everybody should get a lunch. If you're working 8 hours, everybody should get a lunch. Everybody should get 2 breaks, 2 10-minute breaks. That's
Yeah, but
federal. That's
isn't that a
federal law.
rule? Isn't that a law?
That's a federal rule.
Yeah.
Yes, federal law.
I mean, Sally, do they give you breaks, or are you supposed to be busy while you're taking a
She-
break?
she doesn't get a break.
Oh, that's
She,
bullshit.
I mean, she can.
Sorry, that's BS.
She can go outside and take a break, but I mean, if you're busy, how can you do that? You don't have anybody
Yeah.
to relieve you.
Yeah, they should have 2 people there.
We have a gas station, well, in our old town, that had a sign by the pumps that says, if you're handicapped, just toot your horn and somebody will come out from this place to help you. Oh, unless they're the only one on duty. Well, this place, I won't say what company it is, but it's in every state, this gasoline company. They do not ever have more than one person working at this station. So the sticker means nothing. If you're handicapped, you're on your own, Buster. I mean, that's bull. Yeah, you should have you're right, Valerie. You should have a break where you are uninterrupted by work for, I think we used to have 15-minute breaks. But anyway, yes, that is the whole idea, is you can unwind, you can reset your brain and go back to work. That's the whole idea of a break. I mean, you can't be like working while you're on
Eat
your
a
break.
sandwich or something.
Well, it's to reset your mind. How do you
Yeah.
clear your mind when you're still working during a break?
Yeah.
Right.
There's studies on that. You will work a lot more efficiently if you have give your employees.
Oh my God. I'm just gonna say that we were talking about smoking. I'm like living in the smoking capital of the world. Everyone smokes here. Okay, everybody.
Except me.
I'm in the grocery store and there was a woman pushing a cart around while she was smoking a cigarette. I mean, I haven't seen that since
Wow.
like 1984. I mean, nobody would
When
ever
I
think
lived
about
in-
lighting up in a store or something. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how it was in Oklahoma. I lived in Oklahoma in 1998. No, 99. 99. And my friend took me to a grocery store and she lit up a cigarette. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Because at that point, you know, like in California, McDonald's was non-smoking for like 15 years, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, she's lighting up a cigarette and I'm like, and I was a smoker too. So I was like, oh, you can smoke in here? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, where do you put your ashes at?
On the
She goes,
floor.
You just flick them on the floor and they'll come by and sweep them
That's why
up.
that's why they hire those people with the brooms. You just flick them on the floor. Oh my God. I've never seen I've never seen some, everybody smokes here. Everybody. I mean, it's like the tobacco industry.
Wow.
This is it. We all smoke everywhere. They have like tobacco-free signs on the school. You know, you're not supposed to smoke on the grounds at all. Which in Wisconsin, I mean, even if you tried smoking in your car, they'd bust you. These people are driving, picking their kids up with their cigarettes and stuff. It is amazing. Anyway, it's a different world.
The auction house that I go to sometimes, they everybody's smoking in there.
Really?
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
Inside the building?
Inside the building.
Wow.
And they're just lighting up.
Oh, you know what? I think I went to that Thursday night auction a couple weeks ago. I think they were smoking inside the building too, now that you say that.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they also had Second Amendment flags waving too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have like these above the auctioneer. It's all Trump 2020 and the Second Amendment flags,
And Confederate
which is
flags.
cool, and Confederate flags. I agree with them, but I always thought in a business setting, you probably shouldn't really let your political affiliation be known, you know, because it might hurt. You know, half the people agree with you, half won't. But I'm like, wow, these people are gutsy. Anyway.
Wow.
The public housing, though, you can't smoke within 25 feet of your own house. Well, I guess it's the government's house, but
yeah, they have like this public housing, you know, like I guess would that be low income assisted housing or whatever? They have signs. You can't even smoke on your front porch.
yeah, you can't smoke within 25 feet of the property,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because
That
let's
has-
face it, most people in subsidized housing or Section 8 housing smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, my little chitlins. How are y'all doing today?
Oh, it's
Ooh,
Southern Tom.
Oh, we're chitlins today. Ooh, I feel special.
Okay, before I forget about it, two things. First of all, if anybody lives near Food Lions, if that's a a grocery store in their area, and your children eat Pop-Tarts, they're phasing out their store brand Pop-Tarts and they have them for like $1 a box.
Okay.
We don't have a Food Lion.
Second thing is, I had a dream last night,
Okay.
and we were all together at a convention,
Oh boy.
and we decided to go bowling, and it was me, Todd, it was me and Todd and Jim and Mike against Tara, Valerie, Bridget, and Sally.
Oh, we kicked your ass.
We did.
I don't bowl.
No
I'm
doubt.
a bad loser.
Did you know your sister, Valerie, did you know your sister was a retired pro bowler?
I did not know that.
I was.
She is she's
Because in this dream, she was just rolling strike after strike after strike. And she says, when I had, I forgot his name now, her first son,
Nope.
that I retired.
Oh.
Now,
wow. There
if
you go,
y'all
Sally.
interpret dreams, okay, I can understand the get together at a convention because we've talked about getting together at some kind of some face to face.
Yeah.
But the whole freaking bowling thing, and
We were
Sally
talking
was a
about
pro
bowling the other
bowler,
day, though.
huh?
We were talking about bowling the other day. Were you not here?
I don't think I was here.
Yeah.
I don't
we were
remember talking about
it
bowling.
the other day.
So anyway,
That's funny.
Well, we'll meet in Kentucky because you could probably smoke in the bowling alley here.
There you go. Perfect.
Hey, Tom, you
All
don't want
right.
to do competitive sports with Tara, though. My mom and dad had a Wii set up in their living room and on their projection
Because you
screen
kept
TV.
bumping into me.
Yeah, she's like, you're crowding my line. You're crowding my line. It's this boxing game. I'm like, whatever. I'm on my side, but okay. Well, she keeps on. Then she starts like elbowing me and pushing me with her shoulder. Then she drops her controls and just starts punching me like a speed bag in the shoulder. I'm like, what the hell is this? Okay, I'm done. Game over.
Yeah.
This Wii boxing actually hurts. I would not hand her a bowling ball in a competitive sport.
I got in a fight with somebody at a bowling alley
Oh my god.
up in Eagle River. I
are you
did.
banned from the Eagle River bowling alley?
Well, not like a fight, but like, snarky comments and stuff like that.
Oh.
Anyway.
So, Tom, who won?
I woke. Alarm clock went off and I woke up.
Oh, I hate
But
that
y'all
when
were
that
killing us.
happens.
Y'all were killing us because of Sally.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
boy, Sally, the pro bowler.
Because Bridget was throwing gutter balls, and
Oh, that's a.
I do still have my own ball with my name on it and my own shoes.
Is it an acrylic ball with the rose in the middle?
No, it's pink. It's a pink swirl ball, and it says Sally Magali engraved in it.
Oh,
dang, you were serious.
man. Sally was rocking it.
No.
Back in the day when I was young and I did bowl a lot.
They'd be
I
like,
mean,
oh no, here comes Sally and her pink ball. Watch
Yeah,
out.
Sally, her big balls. I mean, I bowled all the time. If I wasn't at work, I was at the bowling alley because people would call and say, "Tom, do you want to come? We need a fill in, a sub." So I'd go in and I'd bowl. So I was there all the time. And on the weekends, I'd get together with a lot of these people, and they had midnight bowling, where they turned all the lights off except like the lights at the pins.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you bowled for money and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
On Friday night, because in South Carolina, you had to quit serving alcohol. They had to quit serving alcohol like at 2 a.m. On Friday night, it went on to like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Wow.
There'd be a fight. I'm gonna tell you what, those bowling bitches, they would start fighting.
Oh boy. Ooh, you're harsh.
They would start fighting, and it was on. If a Friday night didn't go by that the popo wasn't called. So anyway, I was thinking about you, Sally.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
I used to bowl. I used to bowl a lot.
But it's gotten so expensive to bowl.
It has. It has gotten really expensive. Especially around here. And, it's at the other end of town, which is so bad, but it is very expensive. And I just can't afford to do it anymore. Every once in a while, it's all right. But
Well, it shouldn't be too bad. You don't have to pay rent for your shoes.
well, right. But just the games are.
Yeah, it's like
expensive.
$5 a game now.
Yeah. And a lot of bowling alleys are doing it by the time, like certain time, like by the hour. Like if you want an hour of bowling.
And there's a lot of people that use ours for leagues. But I mean, they only have them like on, I guess, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays or something like that for leagues. But it seems to always be like the day that I want to go.
Yeah. All right. So Mary, good morning, Mary. She said, update on the Miracle Ear. This model is an older model. So I'll only get about $200 for the hearing aid.
Really?
And another $60 for the charger. Still good, but not the big cha-ching I needed. Well,
Yeah.
Where does that girl keep finding all these hearing aids? Didn't she sell like $8,000 or $1,000 one a year ago or so?
It was
It was
$3,000.
$3,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
She's got some kind of whack hearing aid connection up there in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
better
she
head down there,
does.
She
Sally.
goes to nursing homes and
No, she actually went to an estate sale and found this one and the last one.
Well, if
Yeah.
I was you, Sally, I'd head down there by her, take your pink bowling ball when you see her, throw a strike and grab those hearing aids.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Carol says, I think she's old, like an old people.
I think so too. I think the estate sales are fun. I think she actually goes to nursing homes and picks out models.
I told my brother-in-law because he just got false teeth. He got all of his teeth out and got false teeth. And he's only like 46, 47. And I said, he was talking, bitching about, they don't fit right. And, I got to use the glue and I don't like the glue and all this stuff. And I said, well, hey, George, the upside is if you ever want to get rid of them, I'll you can make me a deal and you can get rid of them. And I'm like, because those bastards will sell on eBay. And he goes, oh yeah, I know. I looked them up already.
Oh my God.
Like, dang it.
That's right, Carol. Oh, I hear a Dymo a printing.
That's me.
Yeah, Carol says still in their hearing aids and they're Mary Kay. That's right.
Yep. One-stop shop.
Oh, you can't sell them on eBay.
So what?
What?
Mary said that she found out that she can't sell them on eBay anymore.
Hearing aids?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't because they're medical.
No, her teeth.
Probably medical too.
Oh, they pulled her teeth.
Oh,
out.
the teeth.
Yeah.
Hi,
Wow.
Carol.
Uh-oh. She said the boiler's downstairs, but the outside shell has a dent. And she said no teeth. No on the teeth.
Tell them you want a discount.
Now they're
Yeah.
outside talking outside.
Yeah, if it already has a dent and they're planning on putting that in your house, they need to be giving you a big discount.
Yep.
So, yeah. That's their job. I mean, and you would think that if they, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be fine. I'm sure they're aware of that also. So.
She said no, they won't discount.
What?
Then they
They
need to bring you
better.
a new one.
Oh my,
Then say I want a new one.
They're blaming it on the stairs. Oh my gosh.
Aren't there usually stairs down the basement?
I know, right?
Usually. Yep, or tell them to bring a new one. Yeah, I mean that they need to give you something.
Don't let them
You
get
need
over.
it. You need it. That's an expensive item. You don't need to be just taking that. You need to ask for a discount, or tell them to bring a new one in. Mary says, I have so much to do this week. I'm tired already. Yeah.
Tired just thinking about it.
Yes, Tom. MedTaz is actually Jody. She changed her name she changed her YouTube name.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do know her. She is not a role.
No, I didn't know whether somebody was messing with me. And I came into the show late and everybody else already knew who this person was.
Nope,
Hey, Jody.
nobody's messing with you.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my coffee and stuff.
Okay,
Okay.
bring me a cup too.
Yeah, me too, please.
Oh, and she hit 3,500 listings. Yay!
Oh boy.
Congratulations. Congratulations. That's awesome.
I think I got mine up to like 7.5.
Good job.
Wow.
Yeah, I did a major purge when I moved.
Okay, please.
When I first started coming on Valerie's show, the boys would make fun of me that I had too many listings.
Yeah. I don't know.
And now they all have the same amount of listings.
Yeah. Right. What's that all about? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Crazy.
bum crack. You're online all the freaking time. When do you sleep? Or are you
I think
like
he
Val?
works at a nursing
Are you
home.
like Deborah, Swag Maven? She doesn't sleep.
I think he works at like a nursing home or assisted living, so he pops on and off because he's there
Okay.
anyway. I think so. I think I heard that a long time ago. He's Irish, I know that.
I don't know who. I don't remember the person that posted it on Facebook, but posted a picture, a meme, and it said, "Parking is going to be an issue at my next high school reunion." And they're showing a hallway in a school, and there's all these walkers and all that kind of stuff. And I said, yeah, that's about right, because in 2026, I'll be celebrating my 50th. Right?
Wow.
8, 9, 10.
Your what?
Yeah, my 50th high school reunion.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you
Oh
were
my
gonna
God.
I thought you were trying to say you were gonna be 50 years old, and I was like,
Nah,
That's how you
no.
I'm proud to be an old man with hair so really gray.
Oh my God.
How about
Jim
that?
told me something so scary today when we went after we dropped Brandon off at school. He pulled in. He's like, yeah, I got these projects. He goes, I gotta get rid of some. He goes, in 15 years, I'll be 70. I'm like, what? 15 years is like that.
Who said that?
Jim.
It's winding down.
Yeah, it's time to ship him off to the nursing home.
No, by the time he gets to be 70,
Our checking.
middle age.
We had to get a checking account down here. And he was like gonna pick the middle bracket, but because he was a senior with his senior discount, he got to pick the top bracket checking because it was the same price.
Oh my
Do we get it free because I'm a senior?
No, it was the same price as whatever the middle checking was, but we got a couple extra benefits or
Yeah,
something.
just like discount on the
Stuff we
savings
don't
or safety
use,
deposit
yeah.
box and stuff. Because old people love safety. I'm getting one.
No, but like the thing with you could have like 5 money orders and cashier's checks a month, and they don't charge you for them.
When I'm gonna put all my important stuff in the safety deposit box, and when I croak, you won't be able to get any of it.
Yeah, make sure it's just in your name too.
Yeah, it's
So it's a real big deal. And buy a bunch of U.S. savings bonds, and then only put them in your name.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put them in that safety deposit box in my name only.
How old is Jim now?
Well, I'm gonna be 55 in July.
He's 54.
Oh, you get all kinds of discounts when you turn 55.
Yeah, it's because I'm gonna die soon.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Shut up. Look at Todd. Todd's old as dirt, and he's still kicking.
Are you planning for your retirement now? Are you start doing shows on how you're gonna plan for your retirement?
Good job on hitting your 3,500 listings, Mary.
We're gonna be like,
that's
Grandpa.
awesome.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, people are living to be 106 now. That means
Yeah.
that means
Well, I'm not taking
you're
care
only
of
middle
him when
aged,
he's 100.
Jim.
I'm not gonna be a 98 and taking care of some 106-year-old guy when he's pooping in his pants and stuff.
Yeah, and Tom, I take better care of myself now. I quit smoking, I quit drinking, I eat better, but that don't make up for everything I did before. I can tell you that. The first 50 years were pretty rough.
Well, it sounds like your wife and my wife are going to be looking for a 2-for-1 deal and put this. We'll be sharing a damn nursing home room together.
No, I'm not gonna find another man. I have nothing against men, but I'm not gonna get a new one when he croaks.
Yeah,
Well,
Go ahead.
You should do the 2-for-1 deal for the coffin, Sarah.
Oh yeah, we'll cremate them together and mix their ashes together.
I want
They can spend eternity together.
I want
Ew.
mine on the headboard in case she meets another guy. I want it on the headboard.
Oh my gosh. Good morning, Julie.
Morning, Julie.
Oh my gosh.
I freaking forgot to turn my coffee pot on. This is what I did, okay? I filled up the carafe
Are you going outside?
and then I put the coffee in the filter and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I forgot to put the water in the
If you're going outside, I'll have you take this north.
thing.
You poor thing. You're so tired.
Yeah.
Just like, whoa.
Where's my coffee at? What's wrong with this thing? It's broken.
I thought my sniffer was broken or something because I couldn't smell it.
Well, I've gone back to old school. I make a pot of coffee, then turn it off, and then I nuke it a cup during the day when I need.
Oh God, I can't stand microwave coffee.
Oh, shut the hell up!
It's
Bridget.
not that bad. And
Are you
and
like
you
drinking
probably drink their.
Sanka? Is Tom turned into the old person that drinks Sanka now?
I drink the stuff that's in the red plastic can.
Folgers?
Yeah.
Chock full of beans.
I drink.
Listen,
Folgers.
Sally, about 3:00 in the morning, Sally goes and gets her a cup of that coffee that's been made since 9:00 the previous morning, and pop, she gets cranked up.
No, because our coffee things, if it has a light on it, and if it's been sitting there for over 3 hours, the light blinks. So that's when you know to change it over, and we keep our coffee fresh all night long.
Yeah, like when the coffee's old and it has that weird iridescent film on the top of it. Yeah, don't drink it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You ever see
Congratulations.
that? It's like,
Julie.
oh, what's that? And then you warm it up and it goes away, but who wants to drink it?
Congratulations, Julie. Her husband got a new job.
Oh, good.
Yeah, great.
Very, very cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, really, Tom, you should be putting your coffee in the refrigerator.
I'll give that a try. I have never done that. Never heard that.
Just take the whole carafe and put it in the refrigerator, and then you can take it out and microwave it whenever you need it. But it stays. I think it stays fresher, and as long as it's cooled down.
It probably cools it down faster. So it doesn't sit there and steep while it's hot.
Well, no, like if you brew it and then
Right.
the coffee pot goes off or whatever, and the temperature goes down, then stick it in the refrigerator. And
Shoot, I will drink 3-day-old coffee. I don't care.
Ew.
Shove it in the microwave and warm it up, man. It's
Talk.
good.
Speak it, Todd. Speak it.
He just wipes the mold off the top.
Ew.
Yeah. What's wrong? And when you put it in the microwave, it kills all that mold.
It's not like cheese or something where you cut the mold off. Just make new coffee, for Christ's sakes.
Or
I
you
also
eat the
don't
mold
eat
on it.
moldy cheese.
There is a channel called Two British Boys or something like that. And they're in their 20s. And Roberta says they're both really good looking. And they do stuff like their father, one of the boys, like these two boys have known each other all their lives. And one of the boys' father is like their guinea pig. They go out and buy all this cheese and bring it back to him, and he eats it. And some of it's got mold on it. That's the way you're supposed to eat it.
Yeah.
Some of it's really pungent.
Ugh.
Thank you.
But
I
it's
think they
funny.
all-
One of the boys gags real easy. He'll stick a piece of cheese up under his nose and get ready to eat it, and he'll start gagging because it smells so bad. So there you go.
I think day-old coffee keeps me regular. I haven't had to use X-Lax in probably 10 years.
Good grief.
Oh my gosh.
Tara
Morning,
looks like
Mr.
she's
I
can
in
see
dancing
that.
this morning
I
with
can see
the
that.
china cabinet behind her and
Oh yeah, I moved over. I don't know where I gotta find the shelves for it though.
the
And I gotta
chandelier
clean it.
illuminated in the reflection.
No, that is an ugly ceiling fan that I'm gonna replace.
Well, I
And
can't see it. All I see is the lights, Tara.
Well, it's good. It's hideous.
As I tell Sasha, calm down. Just relax. Dial
Yeah.
it back a couple.
This
Ah,
lady was real into peach paint. We've been painting in here. So she has this ceiling fan and it has these glass shades that are sort of look like they got a frill on them. So she went around the frill and painted it with peach paint. I don't understand it.
Mm.
Like latex house paint, peach house paint on glass.
Wow.
Anyway, she liked peach paint too much.
my pink Christmas tree. If I don't sell it, I have a local buyer for it. I'm going to sell it on
Awesome.
eBay or whatever. My friend that has the 5 boys, and then he's got the little girl who's the baby, and she's 13. She wants it. She heard I had one, and she wants it to put in her bedroom because her bedroom is all pink and lavender.
Perfect.
Hi, Larry.
Yeah.
So she wants it. She wants that pink Christmas tree to go in her bedroom so she can decorate it with all her girl crap. You know, I probably just let her have it.
Well, you
Yeah.
could do a cool themed tree with it, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's cool, but I want to do 2 Christmas trees this year, and I'm not doing a pink themed tree. I'm not doing 3.
I'm going to do my Star Trek tree right back over here.
I want to do my regular tree, and then I want to do a Trump tree, which I know sounds crazy, but I'm going to do
That's
it.
okay.
Oh,
I
I gotta go
think, I
vote
think it'd
today.
be good.
Excuse me.
That's
I gotta go
perfect.
vote today.
No, you don't.
I
Yeah,
found
we have,
something in. Go ahead.
We have got half our city councils running for re-election.
Oh wow.
Plus, we need to get a representative for our district in Congress because we haven't had one since the new term started.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
I hear you.
hey Lori.
There's Lori.
Hi,
Morning,
Larry.
Lori. Oh
Let
my
me tell you what,
gosh.
either this software this video conferencing software makes everybody look so good, or you got a damn good looking bunch of people on this show in the board.
We
Oh, you're
do.
sweet, Tom.
Do have some good looking people in here. Morning, Lori.
Good morning.
Are you there?
Yeah,
My camera's
There's
off.
Lori. There's here.
Bridget, why are you on your iPhone?
Oh, I don't know, because that's the first thing I grabbed when Valerie sent the link.
There you go.
Are you still packing?
I'm packing a couple things, yes.
Well, you don't sell enough.
I know I don't.
Oh,
I gotta step up my game, I guess.
Sunday
According to-
night.
According to some people.
Sunday night, I was working and I seen that the people across the street that lives in the condos during the summer, they put out a bunch of trash and stuff in front of their condo. So after work, I went over there and started looking around and see if they had anything good out there. They had a chair that I almost grabbed, but I left it behind because it looked like it had a little strap that was missing off of it. And then, but I found this called a sports seat made by Fenwick.
what is
What
it?
is it?
It's sports seat.
oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And basically it's a tackle box.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And looks like they go for about $30. It has both the little, tackle things that go inside of it.
I ain't
Sweet.
seen one of these in a long time.
And yeah, looks like they go for about 30.
That's awesome.
Okay, let's back up to the chair for a minute. What kind of chair was this that had straps on it?
Oh, it was just like a beach chair.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so I didn't even take that. But
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, this was all good. So
Yeah,
Clean it.
that's in really good condition too.
yeah.
So is y'all's tourist season about to wrap up there, Sally?
Yeah, it's done. After Labor Day, it's done. So I think everybody pretty much went home,
Yeah.
and probably October snowbirds will leave. So
No.
Yep. Or get out of there before the snow comes.
mhm.
Well, do you get hunters coming up in your area?
Oh yeah.
Because like when I lived in Wisconsin, now would be sort of dead. You'd have a little bit of colorama, and then this stupid cranberry fest thing would draw a lot of people in. But then it kind of rolls into, like you get the hunters up at rifle season and stuff.
Yeah, we'll get hunters up, and but those guys comes in packs, and
They don't spend no
but
money.
no, not really. And
Bring everything that they're going to use.
Yeah, they'll come and buy beer and smokes, but they're not like eating out at supper clubs and buying tchotchkes.
yeah, but I did meet Brad Pitt's brother because he came up with a hunting pack a couple of years ago. So
Cool.
I would love to bring
The-
his brother up anytime.
my brother-in-law's sister-in-law was down for one of the kids' graduation party this year. She works at a gas station in the UP, and she met John Little, is it like Little? No, what is it?
John
No,
Ritter?
Brooks Brothers. He's not. Is it the Brooks Brothers? The country duo.
Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, Brooks
Brooks
and
and
Dunn.
Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, it was one of
Ronnie
them.
Dunn.
Anyways,
Ronnie Dunn or Kix Brooks.
Right.
yeah, but it was one of them. Anyways,
The Brooks Brothers is a clothing store, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Sally, continue.
I got confused. Anyways, yeah. So she met one of them up at the gas station, and she said it was really fun. She got to take pictures and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
I always think I'm gonna maybe be able to meet some fancy people.
Yeah. Julie says, what do you do when your responsible adulting brain is arguing with your it's been a tough month, you need to go play YOLO brain?
You go to Disney.
You go have fun. You need something to just kind of let loose and have fun. That's right. And then when you get back, then you can be an adult.
Oh.
She had a rough
Giving you
month.
permission.
I've been thinking vacation myself.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you definitely need that.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Well, I think one more person to train next week, and then I think I'll be good.
Yeah.
How many more vacation days you got left in this year, Valley?
7, I think. 7 or 8.
What's wrong with me?
That's right, Carol. We need to set up a meetup for all of us. One of these days.
Well, like I was telling Valerie, our me and Brandon's smoking adventure has just started because we're planning on quitting. We're trying to quit right now. because we're trying to buy a new vehicle, and the only way we can do that is if we quit smoking. And so and you know, I have
Yeah.
lots of plans once I get a car
Yeah.
that I can depend on. Hey, there's Nikki.
Nikki.
Hi.
When I quit, I went to vape and did that for a while. Then I bought a pack or a thing of those icebreakers and those little round packs, some little Altoid looking things, and I carried them in my pocket constantly. And every time I wanted to smoke, I'd just pop one of them in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I just quit. I mean, the vape's there if I want it, but I'm not using it either. So unless
Yeah.
it gets really bad.
Yeah.
They say the vape is almost as unhealthy as the cigarette smoking, honestly, I think.
Yeah, they're starting to link up. I think they've linked deaths with the vape now or something like that. So
Oh, really?
That's always gonna
yeah.
happen. I mean, that's gonna
Hi,
happen.
Sarah.
You know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Right.
I mean, if you can quit smoking cold turkey, that's the best thing for you, definitely. But some people it's a
Right.
bit more difficult, and you gotta
Yeah.
have a little help.
Well, you got to have good motivation, and Valerie. Sally has good motivation. She wants a new vehicle, and the way
Yeah.
what I hear prices of smokes cost up that part of the country. Hell, she'll have a new Cadillac by the end of the month.
How much do cigarettes cost by you, Tom?
They're
You're in
about almost $7.25 pack.
Yeah, I think when I was in Wisconsin, that's how much they were, and they would go up as high as like $9 a pack, depending what you wanted to buy.
Oh
Like
yeah.
here, I think
New
you could
York.
buy like Marlboro Reds here for like $5.75.
I think New York they're around $11.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yep.
About $6.
Yeah,
Last
about
time-
$6.
last
Well,
time
you're in a big tobacco state though, too, Tom.
Yeah.
Last time I was in a gas station and looked, Marlboros were like $10.50 or something a pack.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Right.
I smoke Marlboro 100s, and yeah, I pay $8-9 a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, like down
I-
here they're around 6, I think.
I think here they are. I think they're $6 or $7, but I can go across the border into Missouri and I can get them for. I think they're like $5.50 a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People around here go to the res,
Mhm.
the Indian reservation. And they can
Oh,
get it.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
used
because
to.
they don't have to pay the
but they're
state
not as
tax.
cheap there anymore.
The res.
The reservation.
The Indian reservation.
Well, I got that after
We
she
have them
said
all.
it.
We have them all over here.
Yeah.
We have them all over the place.
I think you got, well, you maybe don't live in like reservation area, but yeah, like northern Wisconsin, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to the res tonight.
Yeah. Everybody knows where you're going.
Yeah.
Well, we have tribes around here, but I don't think only the Cherokees have a reservation that has entertainment on it.
Okay.
But these are like, well, they'll have like a casino, but they'll also have where the people live. They'll have their own health care, their, all that kind of stuff.
Now we have the
Police
Catawbas
force.
they have a reservation just inside the South Carolina line across the Catawba River.
Mhm.
And that's, they have their own government and all that kind of stuff down there, but they don't have casinos.
Right.
God
yeah,
knows
like-
they've tried, but they just can't get it pushed through our Senate.
None of those
Yeah.
casinos really help the tribe out though. Because like
yeah.
back in the late 70s, early 80s, there's a place in Wisconsin by Kashina. You couldn't drive down the highway there because they had the highway blockade and they'd steal your car and stuff. They would rob you and take your car.
Even the one up by us,
I'm gonna
even,
get
even
tea.
the Vilas County one. We had one at the west end of Vilas County, and like at night you couldn't go there because it was just too dangerous. And then they open up the casinos, and everybody goes from hoopties to they're driving decent automobiles and working, and it really changed the whole thing. I mean, there's no very little some substance abuse stuff still is around, but not even that's gone way down. I mean, it really did,
yeah.
it really did
Definitely.
turn the whole and it gives it's systemic because once the tribal members have a better foundation, they have
Yeah.
something behind them, they can work off of that. So
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
true.
it's kind of hard. There's situations where the income problems, in those areas, it's hard. They can't really get a toehold to get up and out.
Yeah.
Well, Cherokee, named after the Cherokee Indians, the Eastern Band anyway. I mean, even back when I was a little boy, you'd go up, it was a real, touristy place. You'd go up there and have your picture taken with the chief, and he's in all his regalia. But the Catawba the Cherokee Indians did not wear that. That is something from like the Navajo or something. All the feathers and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't ever remember like them being touristy up in northern Wisconsin.
They did the feather dance though. You don't remember some little boy picking up the feather with his teeth and stuff?
Maybe.
They would do it. They would do the thing with they're not like traditional headdresses, though. They go around in a circle instead of straight up like in cowboy movies. But yeah, they would dance and they have the feathers on their legs and stuff.
They used to have the rodeo over there in Flambeau, and they would do some dancing there. But what I remember is because in northern Wisconsin, they're woodland Indians. They're not like plains Indians, but I think like the rodeo company is like, well, they're Indians, so they know how to ride a horse. So they put them on a horse with this sacred stick that they say can't hit the ground. And I don't know what that guy did. He goosed that horse. It's at a full gallop, and he's not steering it. And he's going to the end of the arena, and the horse is going to go left or right because you're not doing nothing. Well, the horse went left, and he went right with that stick, and it hit the dirt. Anyway, I really felt bad for that guy.
Oh gosh.
And you could tell he just had never ridden a horse before. They just threw him on a horse, like they put him on a four-wheeler. So they said, there you go.
Well,
Oh my God.
Doesn't he ever watch a John Wayne movie? Doesn't he know Indians are supposed to know how to ride horses?
Apparently not.
Oh, boy. He's
Back when I was
on
a
his
kid,
westerns.
back when I was a kid in Charleston, you could tell everybody had just come back from Cherokee, because you see all these little white boys running around with headdresses on, with a daggum rubber mallet. I mean, a rubber tomahawk or a spear, or bows and arrows with the little rubber tips on them. And they still sell that stuff up there.
Oh yeah, Eagle River sells a lot of that stuff in the tourist stuff.
Do you remember when they were Native Americans across the country was picketing against like the Braves, the Atlanta Braves, getting rid of their name?
Yeah.
Well,
Cleveland Indians.
the people that make the Indian tribe that makes all of their tomahawks and stuff that you buy at their gift shops, they're like, shut the hell up, because they make a damn fortune making those tomahawks for Cherokee.
And most of those
for the Braves.
And most of those protests are not populated by Native Americans. They're populated by European ancestry folks.
Well, it's like I had a secretary who she was Catawba. She was a Catawba Indian. She was a member of the tribe. She had a brother that was blue-eyed and blonde hair. And so when you look at their family pictures, there's all these people that look very Native American, the dark hair, the darker skin. And there's this one child sitting up there. And I saw her not too long ago and asked how her family was doing. And she said, well, I know for a fact that Alex is actually my brother. And I said, Alex is the one that's blonde haired, blue eyed. I said, well, how do you know that? She said, we did a DNA test. And
Jim's first wife was like one generation to have like not enough Native blood to qualify for Native benefits, and she was blonde haired and I think blue eyed.
Yeah.
I never looked her in the eye, but I think she had blue eyes.
The girl I was just talking about, her children are the last. Their children will not be able to claim benefits.
Yeah.
Unless they marry another Catawba Indian.
Yeah.
Because then it boosts their bloodline back up. And neither one of them did. her daughter married a guy from Scotland. You know, pasty white with red hair.
My mother-in-law had just enough to choose just at the cutoff. My mother-in-law could get like school free and stuff like that. And then my wife was not eligible for anything. And of course, my kids aren't eligible for anything either.
I have a friend who her husband, his grandmother is like full-blooded Native. I mean, she looks like a Native American. You know, she's dark hair, tan complexion. He's got red hair and pasty skin. He looks like he comes from Ireland or something.
Native American.
I mean, he kind of has some Native American features.
But he's Creek, so I don't know, because the Creek is an amalgamation of different tribes, so I don't know which tribe. And he's told me, I don't remember.
Jessica's husband, Luke, his grandmother's full Native.
Yeah.
Well, that's me. I come from a long line of red-haired, blue-eyed Italians.
Oh boy.
Oh, there's a lot of blue-eyed Italians.
You must be those northern Italians.
Actually, we are.
Italians.
Yeah, the ones in the north are a lot more, they're more fair skinned and have a lot more like blondes and reds.
But you know how it goes up and down the coastline.
Yeah.
People get around.
They get around.
They get
My
around.
grandpa, who was actually from Italy, had red hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I have, if you look at my hair in the sun, you can see a red tint in my hair. I don't have red hair, but yeah, you can see somewhat of a red tint in my hair. So
Yeah, if you look at my neck in the direct sunlight, it has a red tinge to it too.
yeah.
I think Jim's mom is half Sicilian, but when you see her when she was younger, she did have the black hair and not like
Sicilian and Hungarian.
Yeah, well, she's got the Hungarian, but she did have very black hair when she was young.
But Italy, it's the seat of the Roman Empire. So I mean, you had people coming in from everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
you know, I'm
conquered
talking about
everything.
genetic gene pool.
Well, and if you get like I think in like northern Italy up towards the Alps, they are a little bit more European fair skin look.
Nikki, you off today?
No, I got to drive truck to get some gravel.
I didn't know whether you had to wait for the snow to melt off so you could cut the grass.
No, it rained really bad yesterday, so the grass is too wet to mow today. But Gary and my nephew are putting pads in for trailer houses, so I got to go drive the gravel truck.
Fun.
Haul
And
gravel.
they'll just find you something to do, won't they?
Cigarette out the corner of her mouth and just cuss at people all day today.
But then, I don't have to go in until probably around noon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because right now Gary's doing wood chips at one of the apartment buildings my nephew has a contract with. So
Everybody doing okay? Gary, the girls, yourself,
yeah, we're all doing good.
Dad, are you doing good too?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start doing something on eBay again and try to get that going again because everything's gonna slow down here.
How'd you do with the Shopko stuff? Did you get it all listed, or you still got it?
I got some stuff listed. I've sold what I listed.
Cool.
I'm ahead of the game, so
Tell
Yeah.
about some of that stuff expires.
Yeah, she knows.
I'm trying. Somebody else has a video up about Shopco.
Resale Rabbit did. He
That's
lives down in like Green Bay, Wisconsin area, so he was hitting up those Shopkos too.
our
I know these
that
videos are
Shopko
like
and
not going to be
Spooner,
anywhere as funny as y'all's.
that Shopko and Spooner had, I guess Shopko left the place a disaster and a whole bunch of stuff in it.
Oh,
And
really?
some guy got to take all that stuff and sell it, and he was also adding stuff to it, and he was allowing people to come in and sell there also. But I never went to it. It was last week or the week before, but it was way down in Spooner.
The one in Eagle River they didn't go down to the $20 a cartload or $5 a cartload. They just shut the doors. And then they
Yeah.
took the stuff, I think, and either gave it away to charity, the thrift shops or the churches or whatever. But yeah, they never got it down to the, he tried to make me a deal, and it was just so many of those swim trunks and stuff. And it was
Yeah.
right when we were moving. I'm like, I just can't mentally handle this right now.
Yeah. I have a shitload of them 5X swim trunks.
I bought a few at the Wapaka shop to test. They had a few, so I'm like, well, I'll buy these 4X and 5X, and I did get mine sold, but they only sell for like $10 or $11, you know.
Actually, I have my nephew's ex-girlfriend. Her uncle is huge. He wears like a 9X shirt. I was going to
I
ask
didn't know
her,
they made them that big.
I was going to ask her if he could wear 5X swim trunks. And sell them to him.
No, people that wear 5X, they don't wear the trunks anymore. They go directly to the damn Speedos, you know.
Oh, good Lord. No, these were like board shorts. They were like those knee-length swim trunks.
I can just imagine a guy 5X putting on an office.
There were a couple of guys that maybe they weren't 5Xs, but they were big boys, and they had on Speedos in that room. They were laying out by the pool.
Oh my God, the flip flops though, I have not sold. I sold the animals house slippers, but I bought all the extra large flip flops. They were like had glitter hearts on them or whatever. I haven't sold one pair of them, and I only bought the extra large because I'm like, well, worst case I can wear them. But yeah, I didn't sell one pair of those sandals.
Yeah, this guy, he weighs like 700 pounds, so.
Lord have mercy.
Rocky.
You have flip flops the rest of your life.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, they're purple ones with glitter hearts, something else. Oh, ones with like pink ones with big white daisies. It's got like a metal clip, you know, where the thing goes between your toes. Yeah, I got like, I don't know, 15 pair of them. Because I'm like, well, I'm not there. It was $20 a carload. I'm like, I'm not going to buy the smalls. I'm just going to buy the extra large. It'll probably be easier. So not one pair I've sold.
Wow.
No.
25 years from now, Brandon's kids are going to be coming up to him and saying, "Why does Grandma Tara always give us flip flops for Christmas?"
Yeah, especially if they're boys.
Well, she bought them way back yonder from a Shopco, and she never could sell them, so she's just been saving them. So
yeah, they'll be worth money then because they'll be retro.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Oh my God, can you believe these this is like gold mine of new old stock retro flip-flops. Grandma was a genius.
Shut up, them flip-flops are going to pay for your college. Which nobody but might be not being paying for college by then, but anyway, you got a deal. Just stick them back in the vault.
Well, they're listed now, and they're in a tote because I got this numbered tote system, so they're in a tote. So I mean, they're not like laying all over, bothering me. So
Right.
yeah, the flamingo house slippers sold. The flip flops not so good.
Yeah.
And I bought a bunch of flip flops. The gas station here was selling a bunch of flip flops, and I've sold quite a few of them at $15 a pair.
Yeah, mine are like at 10 or 11 a pair, and I have not sold one.
Glad I didn't buy any of them flip flops.
Go buy them off me, Nikki. Maybe you got the flip flop magic touch.
Yeah.
I'll make you a deal.
My husband, he's like, "Oh, you just bought all those flip flops, and you've been selling them. Maybe you should buy these." I said, "No, I don't want to," because they took a long time to sell. But once they started selling, it seemed like they started going pretty good. I only got a couple pairs left, I think.
I did good with the lice killing stuff. I think I just about sold out of that, which I was kind of surprised. The Nix or whatever.
Yeah.
That stuff sold good. The vitamins, so the Citracel sold good. Like some of the vitamin stuff and that. I can't complain.
I had 2 cans of formula that was expired, and I told you guys that. I put it on Facebook and to give it away, and people were like, "Oh, trying to sell your wick trying to sell your
For
wick
free,
formula
yeah.
and blah blah blah. They were having a fit, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So then I put it up. I am not on any kind of government assistance. I did not get this formula from Wick. I bought it from a store and I put it up there. And I'm like, I'm not selling it. I'm giving it away to somebody who needs it because it was going to expire like that month, you know.
Yeah.
Finally, I just said, forget it. I just threw it away.
Yeah.
Like, forget it. Try to help somebody out, you know, because I knew like a church or something else wouldn't take it because it expired that month, you know. But so I just said, forget it. Trying to help somebody else. Screw them.
I got like at the first Shopko, I got some cans of formula that were the same exact type and brand. I lotted those together and I sold those off. But then at one of the other Shopkos, I ended up getting like one can of formula and it's still listed. It just don't go. It just don't want to move.
No, my other friend, I sold 2 cans of formula a long time ago, but that was about it.
Yeah.
And
The boob pumps, I did really good on breast pumps because
Yeah,
that
me
last
too.
Shopko, there was a lot of breast pumps there. I did really good on those.
Yeah, we just lotted our baby formula that we got from Shopko with the Wick formula that we sell, and it just all went together.
it was funny. It was funny when I went to Shopko that day and I got the breast pumps. This guy comes running in. Who took all the fucking breast pumps? And I mean, he just screamed it. And my husband's like, wow. He goes and puts like a blanket or something over the top of them.
I don't blame them.
I don't want to deal with this guy. And the guy goes, I came here to buy the breast pumps. Who took them? And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
what are you going to do about it? You know?
Yeah, they're gone.
Nikki was over there going, I did. Poo poo. And
That's what I
Gary's
told-
like, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah. That was how it was. I was like, why are you hiding them?
I
I'm
wonder.
buying them fair and square. I got here before he did. It's his own
That's
damn
right.
problem.
Yeah.
Right.
I was in a thrift store once and I bought these. This guy's looking at them. So he keyed me up to him. He's smartphoning them and stuff. He walks away from them. They're the little tiki guy glasses from the Polynesian in Walt Disney World.
No.
Anyway,
Yeah.
they're older ones. So I grab them. I put them by the counter. I'm like, I'm going to look around. Can you just hold them here? She goes, oh, yeah. He comes back to grab them. Who got those tiki cups? Oh, they're on the counter. She goes, I'm not going to tell you who bought them. He's like walking around the thrift store. Who bought them? I'll pay you an extra $10 for them or
Oh
whatever.
my
I'm like,
God.
I never said it. I just was quiet. He goes, oh, so now you're hiding in here? You're hiding? Nobody will come forward who's buying these tiki cups. And he's just
Oh
being
my
a pain in the
gosh.
butt. We never sold them. Jim kept them because he used to go there when he was a kid. But anyways, just this guy was freaking out in the thrift store.
I pictured Nikki reaching in her pocket and grabbing a roll of quarters when that guy's screaming about the breast pumps. Like, yeah, come here, buddy. I got something waiting for you.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're gonna take
Yeah.
the breast pumps.
Well, I think I've told the story before. I went to a yard sale and this guy had one of those, like, I don't know, 8-inch wagons that you pull like at the beach and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And I thought he had some stuff in it, so I didn't, and it was up under a table, so I didn't say anything about it. And other guy walked up and he said, how much you want for the wagon? And he said, I want $35 for it. And the guy said, oh, I don't know. Well, when I heard $35, and I had looked at one a couple of days earlier, and they were like $100 at one of those tool places. I said, I'll give you $35 for it. And the man said, sold. And the guy said, well, I was standing here thinking about it. He said, no. He said, you said, I can't pay that much for it. He said, so when you said I can't pay that much for it, that means you're trying to jack me around. And this man said he wanted $35. He'd pay the $35 for it. Well,
one time, go ahead, Tom.
so I bought some other stuff and I was pulling the little wagon with the stuff out to the car. And he said, how much you want for the wagon? I said, this thing's like brand new. I said, I'll take 70 for it. He said, 70, you only paid 35 for it. And I said, I want one. I don't want to sell it. So 70 or nothing. And he said, well, GD it. Here's $70. And he paid me $70 for that damn wagon. Now he's still, like I said, he saved $30 off of it.
Yep.
And it was
I
like
made him
brand
pay-
new. I don't even know if the man had ever used it other than maybe taking stuff out to, used it to get stuff out of his wife's car to pull into the house.
I'd have made him pay $10 extra, Tom, for using the Lord's name in vain. Tell me you need
I started
$10
telling
extra
him,
to
well,
put
if
in
you're
a
gonna
collection
talk like
plate
that,
at church.
it's not for sale. But I didn't want. I wanted the wagon, but if I can make a few extra dollars off of it, I would do it.
Heck yeah.
I
So-
was at an auction, and like in the yard, they line up these box lots, and you walk down these lines and bid on them. So there was something that I bid on. I can't remember. I don't even remember what was in it. This guy, Jim's behind me. This one, Brandon's in a stroller. This guy's like, "Oh yeah, lady, I didn't appreciate you moving stuff around the boxes." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because I'm bidding on the next boxes. So, and he keeps on, and I look at him, I'm like, "Listen here, a-hole. I didn't move anything around in the boxes." The auctioneer's like, no, because I was friends with her. No, she didn't move anything. If anything, I moved stuff around. But anyway, Jim's back behind me, ramming people with Brandon in the stroller, because Brandon's maybe 3 or 4 going, "Is there a problem? Is there a problem?" And he's got this umbrella stroller with Brandon, like.
Yeah, but I started out like 50 feet away from you,
No.
and I had to go diagonal across. You know how when they lay
How
out
the hell did you
field?
hear me about that far away?
I heard it.
No.
They laid out the stuff in the field in rows, like crop rows. So I'm actually rolling over beer flats of stuff and stepping on it, just going over with that stroller because I'm getting over there, and I can't leave my child alone, so I got to bring him with. So it's me and the Panzer stroller. We're gonna go kick some ass.
Anyway.
Like you had to get involved, Jim.
I
Tara
call
would have
people-
snatched up a bottle, broke that sucker, and said, "Back off, or I'll cut you."
I was at a trailer where they,
He was
high
getting
bid.
mouthy.
Yeah, he was getting mouthy. Where they do high bid off the trailer, and I won the bid. I'm doing my choice. I pick something, and I'm reaching for another thing. The guy picks it up at the same time as me and almost tries to pull it out of my hand. It was like a draw shave. It could have cut my hand. So I'm like, again with the a-hole. I'm like, "Listen, a-hole, I'm the high bid. I got choice. You're not gonna do that crap to me." Man, that guy was ticked too. But it was so cool because at the auction, people were like, "Oh yeah, that guy was an a-hole. Good for you for saying something and stuff." Anyway. And I didn't say it mean. I'm just telling you, as a matter of fact, you're just being an a-hole. I don't mean it like I'm like being argumentative. I'm just
Right.
like, you should improve the way you're acting because you're acting like an a-hole.
My buddy down in Columbia went to an auction, and they had one where they put a bunch of stuff, like say 10 items out on the table, and they started the auction, and highest bid got their choice, and he was the winner. And the guy said, "Well, that's $7." So he said, "Oh," my friend said, $7 times 10, so that's $70." He says, "No, you don't have to buy all of them." He says, "I want all of them." And he said there was a guy that was standing, that was sitting in the spectators, and he's like, "GD it." I wanted one of those things.
Oh yeah, people get pissed if you buy everything.
And he's
Buy it
like,
all. "Oh yeah."
he's like, "Well, you should have bid on it to make sure you got it," because he
But
was wanting all of it.
The other bidders are taking a gamble that you're bidding up to buy one item, so they're like, "Well, I didn't take this gamble because I'm looking at this other item." Yeah, when you clear the table, I mean, they're like, "Oh my God."
So
Yeah.
mad.
But my friend Al, his wife Louisa, she can become a regular bitch at these auctions. If somebody starts jacking her around because they were trying to bid her up, she gets kind of bitchy about it, and she'll just start playing the game with them. And because if she wants something, it's not usually to resell. It's usually something she wants for her house, or she wants to give to somebody or something like that. And he said that Louisa and this other lady just about got into a fist fight one night over an antique baby cradle. Not a cradle. Maybe it is a cradle. The thing that would like sit beside a bed and it kind of rocks.
Yeah.
It's just like big enough for the baby, just an infant to sleep in.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was an antique thing. She wanted it for her grandbaby. and the war was on. He said when it got to be about $500, he said, "Baby, do you really want it that bad?" She said that. She said that bitch won't walk out of here with it if it costs me $1,000. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I'd hate to see Tara and Bridget in the same room together in an auction.
No, because I don't bid against people. I
No,
only
you bid to a
number.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
I
a
know
number
that.
in my head. This
Mhm.
X item I think will sell for $90. I'm not going to go over 30 because I want to make money on it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You bid to a
that's-
number, but you still piss people off. No
Well,
matter
that's
what.
what
I mean,
I'm
maybe
two in one room
inadvertently I
together
piss other
buying
people
stuff.
off. I could sit at an auction with Bridget and not be mad at her, and I think vice versa because I'm only going to go to a number.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yep.
But
I
if
hate it.
you'll make
I hate
if
it
you'll
when
make
people
money on that,
And
go ahead.
I'm not talking about y'all bidding against each other. I'm talking about y'all
No, right.
buying everything up and pissing off everybody in the damn
no,
auction.
because we know that there's no friends at an auction.
Right.
You bid. You have a number that you'll bid to. I
Yep.
don't sell on Amazon, so I want more than a couple bucks profit.
Right.
So I'm only going to go so high on that item. And if somebody else wants, I mean, I see people all the time that pay way too much for their items. And I've looked at their eBay store and they're only making a couple bucks on each item. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
and they
I've done
drive
this.
here for a distance, probably about 2 hours. And they usually go out to eat, and they usually like stay at a motel and stuff. And it's like, how are you guys even making any money on this stuff? Because they're only making, a couple bucks on each item, But
Yeah,
whatever,
I've done
they
the same
start
thing.
bidding, and I know I'm not going to get it because they'll just keep bidding. But I'll keep bidding up to what I want because they're not going to get it for less than I want it for.
Right.
But
And no matter who you're bidding against, it doesn't matter. And some people just don't get it. They think they get so mad at you because you're bidding against them. Well, sorry, we're
It's not personal.
no, it's just we're bidding up to a number and I'll stop at the number I'm stopping at. And if you want to keep going, go ahead.
yeah,
Now, I will say there's been stuff like something personal that I want personally for
Yes.
myself. I will go a lot deeper on that item because I don't have
definitely.
the intention of reselling it. It's something
Yeah.
I specifically want for myself.
Yep, me too.
But that guy with the 7 items, if he can make $20 on each one of those items, every one that he leaves on the table, he's losing $20
Yeah.
to keep these other people happy. I don't give a rat's. I don't care about these other people. I'm going to make as much money as I can.
yeah.
I'm not there to make friends. That's why I avoid, like I say, I avoid eye contact. I honestly avoid getting in conversations with people. I don't want to develop a relationship with anybody at the auction.
And I will say this,
because I may have to eat them later.
no offense to anybody that resells, but when you go to an auction, you will have other resellers that try to friend up with you because
Oh,
then they
yeah.
try to put the touch on you like you will bid against them.
Yep.
There's no benefit, honestly, for you to make friends with other resellers at an auction. That's just my personal belief. I don't want to sound like I'm being a, a-hole.
No, it's
that-
completely. Yep, it's
Yeah.
true. I learned the hard way. It's true.
Yeah, they will put the touch on you like, oh, I'm your friend, don't bid against me, or what items you want. I don't want to have to, I just don't want to deal with that. So I'd rather not be in a real personal relationship with people
Yep.
I meet at an auction.
I have to say that goes for the newer resellers. The people that have been in the game for a long time, like the flea marketers and stuff like that, the older guys, they don't do that. I mean, we'll give each other shit. Oh, you bid on my item, dang you. You bid against
Right.
it. We laughing about it. We're not fighting about it. We'll give each other shit about it. But for a lot of the older guys, no, they don't care that you bid against them.
No,
And-
they know. They
But
know.
when I'm bidding, I don't look at anybody except for the auctioneer. And sometimes not even looking at him because he'll try to get me
Right.
to bid more. But anyways, but yeah, usually I don't look at anybody because then if anybody comes up, oh man, you outbid me, I'd say, oh, I don't look at and see who I'm bidding against,
Yeah.
Then I still sound like a nice person, but I really
It's kind of like when you lose $300 playing cards with the boys on a Saturday night. When you leave, you shake hands and it's all good or whatever. But when you're driving home, you're like, damn, I wish I wouldn't have lost that $300.
There was a guy I called when we were in Wisconsin. I don't even know what his real name is because I just give auction people like a nickname. so me and Jim know who they are. This Negan guy, he talked to us. He was real nice, but I don't think he was overly happy to see us walk into the auction.
So
You know what I mean? I don't think he was like skipping, like, oh, great, it's Jim and Tara, yay! You know,
Yeah.
he was nice and he talked to us and stuff like that. But anyway, we weren't gonna
I
go
get that
to the
sometimes
ice
when I
cream
walk
cone
in.
afterwards.
And he
When I
did
walk
look
in the
like
auction, they're like,
Negan.
oh, you're here, so it means I'm not gonna get anything.
Oh man, he
you know?
did, and he would. He even kind of, you know how Negan had that like strutty walk he walk with.
Yeah.
That's how he walked when he go get something. I'm like, oh my god, this
Yeah,
guy's
Isn't
kind
that
of,
like
and he had a
so weird?
cane. So yeah.
And then when he'd laugh, he'd kind of kick his head back a little bit, like it was creepy.
Oh my God.
And he'd always sit, because you always end up in an auction house. You end up sitting in the same seating if you go to a lot of them. You know, it's like, okay, that's so and so's. That's Negan's seat. That's Crane Neck's seat. That's whoever. Anyway, so he'd always be like right here behind my shoulder was his.
Valerie, you're back. Yay.
I made it. I don't know what happened, but it kicked me.
On our
Maybe fight to
personal
get
retail
back.
buying account, our eBay buying account, which we've had since like about 1854, it feels like. All we do is buy stuff on that for personal. I got a complaint filed against me with eBay because as what do you call it? Like if Sally's selling something and I know she's selling it, and so I'm trying to help bid it up.
Oh,
You know,
shield
what
bidding?
Yeah, she'll bid that. Well, it was some passport travel wallets, the long ones for the Concorde, the SST. And I wanted one. And this guy apparently had about a dozen of them because these auctions went on forever. And, you know, in the beginning, they would start out $5. And then you would have to wait for like 6 days of like going up $1. And they would end up selling for about $350. Well, after about the third one, I got kind of tired because I kept getting outbid. So the opening bid was $5. And I went and I put a bid of $100 on one. And because I knew it was not going to sell for anything less than probably $200.
Right.
And they all sold in the $300 bracket.
Wow.
Anyway, this guy filed a complaint against me that I was bidding it up.
Oh, geez.
Because everyone after the third one, I just didn't want to wade through this dollar bill bullshit. So, you know, I weaned out a lot of people right from the get-go. Anyway, they, you know, I got this note from them and I said, look, you can look at the previous auctions by the seller and you can see he starts them off at $5 and then it's $6 and $7 and $8 and they end up going for over $300. I'm just cutting out I'm just kind of speeding it up some.
This on eBay?
And yeah, this was on eBay. This is back when you just did everything on. I mean, I think everything was just about auctions. You paid extra.
Oh.
Did you have to do the tutorial?
Do what?
Did you have to do the tutorial about not shield bidding?
I don't remember that.
Oh, Jim had to.
Oh, it was on eBay that somebody clicked
Nice.
He said he got reported for shield bidding on eBay. Remember, you got that shield bidding. You had to do that tutorial. How you're never gonna.
I did it. I didn't know you weren't supposed to do it. It's when we're pretty new. We had a Harley Davidson engine, and I knew it was going to go about $1,500, but I started out at 99 cents because back then that's what you did. You start everything at 99 cents. Well, it was at around $150.
And we had like 3,000 stupid questions.
Yeah, everyone. I mean, you got all these dreamers asking questions. So finally, I just put up I bid $500 on it, and that shut a lot of people up. It wound up selling for like, I don't know, $1,800 or $2,200. But anyway, I got even though I wasn't successful, I still got a thing. I had to go through my tutorial, and they told me that was illegal and all this other stuff.
Was that on one of our main accounts, or was that Smoky Sleds?
I think it was the main account. But
they ended up throwing it out because, like I said, you know, I specifically said I'm trying to cut out the middle people. I mean, these people that's thinking they're going to get this thing because they don't make them anymore. Because this was after the SST was taken offline, and I said, and they're bidding, you know, they're raising it $1 a piece. Well, after I put a $100 bid on it, then people were raising it like $10 a pop.
Yeah.
you know, the serious people that wanted it. I don't collect that kind of stuff. I wanted one because I wanted one.
Right.
You know,
If
for
you,
put my
if you-
passport and shit in.
I think it automatically does that, Tom. I think when you get up to a certain amount, I think it automatically raises what the minimum increment can be. You know, like when you get over 50, I think it raises it to like $5 or something. I don't know. I think there's a minimum increment that it goes up.
After the 10th time, well, let's see, this would have been from about, let's say about after the 6th time of me, you know, jacking the price up to $100 from the get-go. That's when the guy filed a complaint against me for shield bidding. And they came back and said, no, you've not done anything wrong. And the girl that responded to me, she says, and I understand if you want something and you know what the price is going to be on it, why not go ahead and bid what you want?
Who, the guy who filed a complaint though, what, was he just another bidder?
Yeah, he was another bidder.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, and in my conversations back and forth with the person from eBay, I was like, you know, he wasn't going to get this thing for $8. You know, you can look at how much they sell for, you know, in the $300 range, 300 plus range. And he's thinking he's going to get one for $8. I said, that's not going to happen.
I'll tell you something, but when eBay made me take that tutorial, they said it was illegal. The auction house that we go to down here, it's right in Campbellsville. They got a sign on the wall. It says, if you are the seller of the item and you're bidding on your own item, you're responsible to pay the auction fees if you win.
Wow.
So there ain't much chance
Wow.
you're not bidding against the owner of the item.
Yeah. I'm just, you know, it was ridiculous, and I was shocked. And this was, like I said, the early years of eBay. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to buy anything else.
Yeah,
And
mine was when we were pretty new too. I didn't know. I had no idea you couldn't do it. So, and like I said, I don't want to raise the price. I just wanted to get. I got all these dumb questions, you know, because they think they're going to get it for like $30. I'm like, it's not going to happen. But anyway.
Right.
I stopped in at a live auction last week while I was on the road hustling people around. And I saw some guys I hadn't seen in a long time. And I said, are you buying it? Have you been buying anything? And he's like, no. He said, this crap is going for, you know, for crazy prices. And he said, you know, now if there's some stuff I can make some good money off of, he says, then I'll get in the game and we're going to dance a little bit here, you know. But he said a lot of this stuff is just, unless there's some really good stuff in some of the boxes and bags, he said, you know, you're never going to make your money off of what you can actually see.
We go to the Goodwill here, and I look around it, and like we've been trying to clear out stuff that we moved down here. That we're like, what do we move this stuff down here for? It's not saleable. We don't want it. A lot of it we wind up donating it. If I'm at the Goodwill looking at most of that stuff, I'm like, this is like the same junk I'm getting rid of. I'm donating because it's just not, with shipping, it's just not saleable.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't make no money on that stuff.
Have you guys found that dimensional weight has really risen bad?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I have an item that's 35 pounds. It's 32 by 25 by 25, and I can't get shipping for less than $225.
Wow.
Yep. Most of mine are going FedEx.
Yeah,
A lot of my stuff is going FedEx now.
and it's really expensive though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you already sell it, Nikki?
No.
Yeah, I do local pickup.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
because
can't believe it.
what if they don't like it? What if they
I know.
get it and say it's not as described, and you're stuck for the return shipping? That's what keeps me up at night.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's making me rethink my whole entire business now, because that was what I did. Was I sold a lot of big stuff because nobody else will touch that stuff. You know, they're like, oh no, I don't want to ship that. You know, so I mean, I've made bank on big stuff. That was my thing. You know, well now I'm rethinking it because the dimensional weight is so expensive now. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I put in
I mean-
mine now too that I'll haul it for $1 a loaded mile.
Yeah.
Because like some guy in
I sold that
Texas,
today a couple of years ago to somebody in Washington, and I only paid $90 to ship it.
oh yeah, those days.
And now
are
this
gone.
thing is like 200 is, well, like somebody asked for Duluth, Georgia, it was $255 to ship it.
Hmm.
It would have been this item that I'm selling. It's
And how
like,
much does
oh
it
my
weigh?
God, I just put it on Facebook. I said, forget it.
How much does it weigh, Nikki?
35 pounds.
Oh wow, so it's just a big box.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm rethinking about the big stuff now. Before I sell the stuff, I'm gonna have to, or before I even purchase the stuff, I'm gonna have
Right.
to figure out, you know, how much it's gonna cost to ship, because dimensional weight is crazy right now.
Right.
Where we would always ship big things, not thinking about it. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There was the last auction we went to. I said to Chris, I'm like, you know, do you really want to ship that? You know, do you want to pay for the shipping for that?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, because I don't do free shipping. I
No.
don't do free shipping. So, I mean, it's not going to affect me any, but people don't want to pay that kind of money for shipping. Nobody wants to pay $200 and some for shipping.
Yeah, but Bridget asked. Bridget said, "Would you ship this?" Tara never asks. She just buys it and expects you to ship it.
Well,
no, I mean, if I'm bidding
No,
on
I
it,
ask you if you can ship it. Sure.
Nikki, you don't want to manage other people's purses. You know, you don't know whether they'll pay pay for the shipping or not. If somebody wants it bad enough, they'll either drive to get it or they'll have you ship it to them and pay else.
And that's always been my thing. People that buy like machinery and stuff like that, they know what it costs to ship, and they're willing to pay the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm talking about is like your everyday items or whatever that, you know,
yeah, like a sewing machine or something,
or things like that. You know, big items that it's just everybody that buys it. I mean, I'm sure somebody eventually will pay the shipping because they'll realize, but what I'm saying is that, you know, it makes me rethink selling those big items because
well, if you local pickup, if they get you ship or whatever, that's just like they picked it up. So if it's got to get returned, they got to bring it back to your doorstep. It's up to them. It's on them, not you. Because you don't want to be paying, you know, $300 to ship something across country.
I will say, since we moved here, some bigger stuff, we've had an easier time selling it than when we lived way up in northern Wisconsin. I just think it's because you have more people down here that it isn't as bad a drive for them.
Yeah.
right?
I could see that, definitely.
Yeah, I got a guy coming up from Alabama that's picking up a pop machine sometime next week.
Pick
I mean,
up a
it just
what
seems
machine?
a pop
Soda-
machine.
A soda machine.
Okay. That's what I thought you meant.
Marijuana. That's what she
Pop,
No,
you know,
and-
POP, yeah, pop machine. I started manufacturing these pot dispensing machines. I think I can make a lot of money on them.
And
I know
Jim, the only reason why I asked him if he wanted to ship it is because I have to hear the bitching after he gets home and it sell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I asked
Absolutely.
Jim too. I'll be like, can you ship that item? And he will tell me yay or nay. I do ask him first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know I don't want to hear the bitching afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and now
You'll hear it. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm supposed to get this big job of doing for my auctioneer doing shipping for him.
Oh,
And
cool.
I told him, I said, yeah, he figures I'd probably make about $4,000 on the job.
Awesome.
But anyway, I told him, I said, you might want to go somewhere else because I can't get good rates on the shipping prices anymore, apparently. Because I even used my business account on FedEx to try to get a better rate, and the rate, it was the same as eBay.
Wow.
So
That's
really?
yeah.
I've never thought that eBay FedEx had good rates.
Oh yeah, they do.
Do they? Nothing that I've ever wanted to ship I could ship it. Not FedEx, UPS.
Oh yeah, UPS is more expensive than FedEx.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
UPS is the one that's always so much expensive.
FedEx
And
is
when I
not
take
low, too.
packages in, because Roberta has been returning just about everything she's been getting from Amazon lately because it won't fit.
Oh no.
I've gone into the FedEx store here in town with stuff in my, we're returning in my eBay boxes. And he's like, "Oh, do you ship? Do you sell on eBay?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, if you got anything you need complicated to ship, you need to bring it in here. Let me ship it for you." I said, "Well, I'll have to come in here and get you to give me a price on it." And I said, "Because UPS is usually way high."
Oh, they're ridiculous.
He's like, "Well, give me a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a chance." I said,
Yeah.
"I'll do that."
That place up north, they charge so much. I wouldn't do it anyway because Jim packs anyway, and I'm just too much of a cheap ass. I need to pay somebody to pack something. So, but they're so expensive. Jim, when he was in Florida in February, I sold this guitar. I had no box for the guitar. I couldn't find a box, so I went to that pack and ship place. And do you know what they charged me for that freaking box, which I bought because I was desperate? $25. Because I remember I'm talking to Jim on the phone. I'm like, I cannot believe I just paid $25 for this freaking box to sell this guitar. Yeah, and if they pack it themselves, I mean, like there, it would be like $50 to have them pack it and buy the packaging from them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, no way.
Well, you just need to go
It
ahead.
was a woman.
Well, you never
It was
know.
February in northern Wisconsin, and it was another lady. The tank top ain't gonna work.
Well, since you're this is your forever home.
It is?
You need that's what you talk
She's
about.
like,
that
really?
This is where you're going to be
I
living at
didn't
for
know
the
I ever
rest.
used the word forever home in my
She
life,
didn't.
but
Okay, well, you talk about like this. I ain't moving. Okay, let me restart. I ain't moving again. This is effing crazy. I
I
it's
think
what
that
you
was
said.
Jim, but okay. I could move again. It wouldn't bother me. Maybe like in 5 or 6 years.
You need to go ahead and build Jim a nice little building out there to do his shipping in. And go ahead and start buying the cardboard stock in like 4x8 sheets and get him a big cutter so he can just make your own boxes for you.
Yeah. Well, we are going to build a building, but I got to make some money first, Tom. I'm broke.
Well, we should put the place up for sale. It's going to take 5 years. I'll be 60.
No.
And it'll take 5 years to find another place, and I'll be 65.
Oh, boy.
Better start now. Better get the move ready.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope when you get up that old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the reason all the old people move to Florida because it's nice and flat down there.
Yeah, I mean, those, like Joanna says, don't you get a certain size limit or don't you get above a certain size limit? And UPS is usually more affordable than FedEx or USPS.
It's the weight. You can ship 100 pounds UPS, where I think FedEx for off eBay is 70 pounds.
70 or 80.
Yeah.
I have never had UPS.
Well, I would say,
cheaper.
yeah, I used when I would ship home, go to the bins and I would ship stuff home. It was anywhere from usually like low 40s for a 50-pound box. Like, I think it was 21 by 21 by 21 or something. And it was 50 pounds and it would be like $42 to ship that box home.
Yeah.
Which is a lot anyway, but it's not $200,
Right.
Now, see, that's crazy because mine is 35 pounds and 32 by 25 by 25, and it's going to cost $250 to ship anywhere.
That's crazy. I don't understand that.
I don't understand it either.
And that's
like I said, I priced it on because I was wondering if maybe eBay was having another one of their glitches or something. And I priced it with my business account for FedEx and my business account for UPS, and both of them are still the same.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Did you change the dimensions to a bigger box?
What do you mean?
Increase the box size?
That would have just made it go up.
I don't know.
What was the item?
It was that litter box.
Because remember, Bridget, when we were looking at FedEx and looking at the different dimensions, and the smaller boxes were actually more expensive than a bigger box. And I mean, that might be something to look at.
Well,
Maybe
I've had
increase dimensions.
with FedEx, like I'll do a rough measurement in my listing because I do most of the listings, and then Jim gets it, pulls up my rough measurement. He's like, "Oh my God, this shipping's crazy. You shave an inch off of one of those. It might not be the length, but it might be the width, and it'll cut it in more than half."
Isn't it nuts? Yep,
Yeah.
I've had to do that before too.
Mhm.
Like it cuts it way down.
Yeah, way down.
Yeah.
Just like one of them, it could have been the width was just a little bit too, was like an inch too wide or whatever. It's not usually the length as much. It'll be the width or the height. That
Yeah.
if you cut those two down, it'll decrease it by a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe try that. See.
Yep, wrong with
I
the
don't know.
dimension. I mean, could you go a little bit less? Or no?
No, that's how big the box is.
Oh, okay.
Did you say
That's
this
a
is
big
for
ass
ca-
litter box.
For a
the hell?
cat
It
litter box?
came in the box, in the original box.
Yeah,
Are
well,
you
why
trying
would
to-
you need a litter box for a cat that lives outside?
What?
Why would you need a litter box for a cat that lives outside?
What are you
Just shut
talking
the hell up right now, Jim.
I mean, are you trying to tell me there's people out there letting cats inside their house?
Tom, you want to buy it for your angel?
No, thank you. Yeah. Turn around here, baby. Turn around here. See that middle finger, Jim? That's for you.
I thought he was going to show you that cat's butthole.
I so badly want a monkey. I have been totally
Oh my
addicted to Monkey Boo. And I so badly want a capuchin monkey, but Gary's like, "Oh, my allergies." I'm like,
Oh my God.
Oh.
Jim used to want a monkey, and I looked at the
No
videos on a monkey,
freaking
and they
way.
tell you why you
No
should
way.
get a monkey and the
All
commitment.
monkeys bite.
All monkeys bite, not some monkeys. All monkeys bite, and they live. And they live forever like a parrot, so you got to like will them to your air or whatever and hope they take care of it.
The place that sells the monkeys, I mean, like one of the first things they say is all monkeys bite. The bigger the monkey, the harder they bite. So unless
Yeah.
you want to get bit by a monkey, don't buy a monkey.
And they can get like real weird
this
possessive.
guy had the monkey's canines removed, and he said that he bites them, but it's play biting like a dog does, so it doesn't really hurt.
No.
Well, when they throw their feces at you, or they play throwing their.
They
poop
don't.
at you?
He had a video where they were doing this. What is it called? Those things that you throw at the wall and they stick. They're
Like their poop.
no. Anyway, it's this gel. These I forget what they're called, but they're like these gel
It's like
things.
slime.
Yeah,
Wall
Slime
crawl-
crawls
throw
down
it
the
at the
wall.
wall.
Wall
and it
crawlers or
sticks. They had one that was the poop emoji, and he goes, "Oh, in 10 years, this is the first time you flung your poop to the wall." But he's got diapers on his. I'd put diapers on mine too. Mine would.
Okay.
totally-
Do you want to have another baby, Nikki?
Yes, I want another toddler.
No, I mean, like, if you said tomorrow,
No.
oh, guess what, I'm pregnant, you'd be like, yeah, I get to change diapers again? Now you're going to change diapers for the rest of this monkey's ass life?
Oh, I-
I'll go visit in the zoo or
I
somebody
could
else
teach
that
it
has
to
that
use
kind
a
of
litter
commitment.
box. Since I can't
Exactly.
sell mine, I can teach it to use that.
Oh my
Give a
God.
litter box to your daughter.
If you just go, if you want a toddler, go adopt you a toddler. You know, you and Gary are good people. Y'all wouldn't have any problems. And at least the child would grow up.
And move away.
And move away.
Yeah, you
so
only got the
badly
thing for
want-
like 25 years and it'll move away.
And he rips open packages. I told Gary, I says he could be my service monkey because I can't rip open packages with my hands. I could have them registered.
Let's don't talk about service animals.
Oh Lord God! Don't even start taking it out of a plane, Nikki.
Oh my God, she's gonna be like that crazy woman in Wisconsin that had that service kangaroo and then got kicked out of McDonald's.
I would take him everywhere with me. Oh my God, he's
Uh,
And that's not a lie, that's a news story. She had a service kangaroo and got kicked out of McDonald's with the kangaroo.
well. My daughters told me that now that you can take service horses on an airplane.
Oh,
yeah,
like the
they won't
miniature
take, but
one?
Yeah.
people are having fits about it. Airlines are going to have are airlines are really going to have to get that under control.
I don't
A
really.
buddy
I
of
don't
mine
really
flies
fly
first
that much,
class
so.
to Philadelphia every Monday and flies back on Friday night. And this woman got on the plane and she had a miniature sheep.
Oh my God.
And she was sitting in the chair beside him. And he's like, this ain't going to happen. This ain't going to continue. And he literally called, because he works for one of the big 3 accounting firms. He had to travel, call and talk to the airlines and say, I know you're not going to change for one person, but we pay full price for our airline tickets. We're not buying them 21 days out, you know. We're paying full price first class. And our people do not want, who are in business attire, do not want a sheep, a chicken, none of that stuff sitting beside them. Well, we're working on it. That's what David said.
I was in Menards up in Wisconsin last winter, and there was a guy rolling in his cart. He had his service duck with him in a Tupperware tote. He had a Tupperware tote with his white pekin duck in it.
And it wasn't a little baby duck. It was a grown ass duck.
I'm gonna go get me an alpaca, you know, because I think they're cute, and I'm gonna just start walking. That's my service animal.
Sherry's
That's what Sherry.
And I know, listen,
alligator.
don't get it. We're just bitching about one thing. We know there's people that legitimately need these service animals.
A sheep.
A sheep,
Give me
a
a break.
miniature sheep.
Yeah, whatever.
You know,
I mean, if you're blind and you need a dog to lead you around, hey, I totally get that.
Yeah.
If you're depressed
People
because
have-
you haven't been around your
have
sheep
really-
for a while, I don't understand.
Yeah, they've really ran this into the ground and
yeah,
taken
there's
advantage
a-
of this.
Roberta follows this guy on YouTube, and he has a service dog, and he said his dog is better than some of the passengers on that plane because his dog just sits there at his feet and just lays there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't bark, doesn't do anything.
Well, it's a real service animal.
Yeah, because he's got all kinds of health issues.
Yeah.
I mean, he has seizures and stuff like that, and he said he's had more compliments from people saying, you know, your dog he's better than that drunk that was 3 rows behind us, you know, that type of thing. And he's like, well, she doesn't drink when she flies. It makes her sick. But it's, you know, it's once again, people are going to ruin it for people that legitimately need it. They
Yeah.
just,
Right.
they need that.
It always happens.
They need that, what do you call it? They need to be seen and noticed and that kind of stuff when they go out.
Yeah.
And that's the way when they have their pet sheep.
Well, a lot of these people, you know, you can register them. My sister-in-law's friend, she's no longer friends with this woman because of this, because she thought it was pretty shitty. But she registered her dog, which was a naughty puppy, not a good dog. Jumped on people and everything else. She registered hers online for being pre-diabetic. Now, what the hell do you need a service animal for being pre-diabetic? I don't know. But anyways, she ended up being able to do it for being pre-diabetic. And yeah, most of the time when you see these people who say that they have service animals, the dogs are just horrible.
Yeah.
They're not good dogs, you know? And it's like true service animals don't even barely look at somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let alone go up to them and try to get pet by them, you know?
That's
the
right,
Honorable
Mary.
Mr. Sadie from the great state of Missouri says, I want a spider monkey that chains smokes.
Yeah, like in the Hangover. I was gonna tell Nikki you're gonna have to make your monkey smoke then.
I would totally dress my monkey every day too. Oh my God. He would have like every hat known to man. Oh,
Yeah, I can just
Nikki,
imagine.
Adopt you a toddler, honey.
if you guys want to watch some good videos, watch Monkey Boo. He
I
is
will
so
never, ever, ever take your advice on watching videos. Ever.
Yeah.
Hey Valerie, I sent the link to your daughter, Julie, also, so that she could show Atlas. And
Sure.
he's so stinking cute, and he's got a brother named Happy, and oh my god, they're just so adorable. This monkey boo, I mean, excuse me, Happy is only like a year old. He turns a year old today, as a matter of fact. And so he's not as fun as, I mean, he's just cute. But Monkey Boo, he can do all kinds of things. He can unscrew a cap from a bottle and everything. He's just so stinking cute.
Oh yeah, so when you're gone and he's in your kitchen unscrewing and opening packages and stuff like that.
Grandma
Spaghetti sauce all over
So
the
says
phenomenal.
Nikki's
floor.
grandkids bad.
Yeah.
Or opening the fridge like Tara's
My
dog.
dog will do that. Oh, I'm so mad at Snoopy today. I come home, I bought these Hostess cupcakes. They were the unicorn ones.
He ate the unicorn cupcakes?
I didn't even get to eat one.
They were
And I
good.
came home and the box was ripped up with all the little wrappers because he jumped up on my stove, and on my cabinet above my stove I put the unicorn
Oh, yeah,
cupcakes
put the
and he
cabinet
grabbed
doors
them.
back on. Yeah, we painted them.
Yeah, we painted the doors. We didn't put them on yet. He went and got my unicorn cupcakes.
You are.
Oh my gosh.
You notice nobody's.
Now, can you imagine if he was a monkey, all the trouble he'd get into? So,
Oh man, yeah, he'd be in big trouble.
Well, then I
Notice
tried
she
to,
didn't say the dog got her favorite bag of baby carrots, you know, or her celery,
no,
or celery
I
junk.
didn't even get to eat one yet. They were unicorn cupcakes. They look cool. They're blue. They got glitter on them. They're made by Hostess. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat my unicorn cupcake. I didn't get one.
Will you be able to tell where he's pooping that late, Lynn?
Yeah, in the yard, you'll have blue glitter poop coming out.
Or not? Right.
And Dee says it's all fun and games until the monkey bites your face off.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was a
that's
Or
trick.
right.
throws a chunk
Yeah.
of poop at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah.
monkey is so. You guys got to check him out. He's so cute. Oh God, I am totally addicted to his videos.
All right. I guess we better stop monkeying around here.
Yeah.
I gotta get some. No pun intended. But yeah.
And what does
All
Gary
right.
think? What does Gary think about this monkey stuff?
No, because he'll be allergic to it probably. I told him, I said, look him up on Social Blade. Look at how much this guy makes on YouTube. And then they send him like boxes and boxes of stuff, and
Oh,
he's
now we know it.
and
I know the
man.
motivation. Nikki wants to be a YouTube star and pulling that back YouTube
No.
tab.
Oh
no, I was
gosh.
using that to try to get Gary to say yes.
Nikki and her
Because
mom
Gary's
have
like, yeah,
matching
but how much are my
outfits.
allergy meds gonna cost?
Yeah, she's looking for one of those viral videos.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
They'll have matching
All right.
outfits and business cards.
Yeah. All right, Nick, but Valerie's trying to say goodbye, so.
And you're
Oh,
on.
sorry.
I love you guys. We'll see you guys
Bye,
later.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.